Most of the SAT, motion, and rate questions boil down to just one idea: rate times time equals distance or work. In this video, we will unpack how to use that idea for speed problems, average speed, and unit conversion. These questions look easy but can trap you if you miss the setup. So let's see how it all connects. Generally, the rate is amount of work done in unit time. All rate problems, whether it is speed, typing rate, or flow rate, they all lead to one basic formula: rate equals work over time. Also, we can use the same formula for speed equals distance over time. For example, if a car travels 120 miles in 3 hours, then the speed or the average speed is simply distance over time, which is 40 miles per hour. Now, it's one formula but has got three applications. So now to find the distance, it is speed times time, and for time, it is distance over speed. So you can use this diagram to find the work or the distance or the rate or time. Now, when speed changes during a trip, then SAT often asks for average speed. Average speed is not just the average of two speeds. It depends on the total distance and the total time. So average speed is total distance or total time. For example, you're driving from city A to city B and travel at 60 miles per hour, and you return along the same route at 40 miles per hour. Then the average speed for the entire trip, we need to apply the formula total distance over total time. So if the distance from A to B is d miles, the total distance would be 2d miles. Time for the first half is going to be t1. That will be d over 60. We know time equals distance over speed. Similarly, time for the return journey for the same d miles is going to be d over 40. Now, the average speed is total distance 2d over the sum of the time periods. So that will be d over 60 plus d over 40. And after further simplification, we get the average speed for the round trip is 48 miles per hour. And this is not same as average of the speeds, which would be simply 40 plus 60 over 2. Both are not the same. Sometimes SAT questions use rate problems where two people or two machines working together. In such situations, we add up both the rates and the combined rate would be R1 plus R2. Again, for example, if there is a machine A which can fill a tank in 4 hours and there is a machine B which can fill a tank in 6 hours. Now, to calculate the time both would take to fill the tank, we need to calculate the individual rates first. So we know rate equals work over time. So here the work is filling a tank, which would be one work divided by the time, 4 hours and 6 hours. So the rates are 1 over 4 and 1 over 6 respectively. The combined rate would be 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6, which is 5 over 12. Now to calculate the time, we again apply the rate formula. Now we apply the formula for time, which would be work over rate. We already know work is 1 unit and the combined rate is 5 over 12. So when you divide both, you get the reciprocal 12 over 5, which is 2.4 hours. We can also sometimes multiply the rates or divide the rates depending on the condition given in the question. Now let's talk about unit conversions. Changing from one unit of measurement to another requires using a fractional conversion factor. that tells the relationship between the two units so that the like units cancel. It's good to remember these conversions: 1 mile to kilometers, 1 hour to minutes, 1 minute to seconds, foot to inches, and 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And also the currency conversions: $1 is 100 cents, and 1 pound is 16 ounces. Generally, these details would be given in the question, but it's good to remember them. Let us solve an example. A car travels at 60 kilometers per hour, and now to convert into meters per second, now we use the fractional conversion factors for kilometers and also hours. Now we take the meters in the numerator and the kilometers in the denominator so that both the kilometers get cancelled. Similarly, we take 1 hour in the numerator and the corresponding equivalent seconds in the denominator and cancel the hour units. This way, we'll be left with meters per second. Now, 1,000 meters or 1 kilometer is the fraction conversion, and this equals 1. So 1,000 meters is same as 1 kilometer, and 1 hour equals 3,600 seconds. This way, we are not changing any value and simply doing the conversion. In tricky questions, if you follow a small strategy, it is easy to solve the questions. Here in this example, there are 12 players. Now, both angles of each player are taped, and the information says that each roll will tape 3 angles. And the question is about the number of rolls of tape needed to tape all the players. Now let us work on options and see which option will give us only the rolls as the unit. Now if you look in option A, we can cancel the ankle units, but finally we'll be left with player square over the number of rolls. But that's not the unit we are looking for, so cancel option A. In B, again, we can cancel the ankles, but now we are left with number of players times the number of rolls. Again, that's not the answer we are looking for. We are simply looking for the number of rolls. So in option C, both the player units gets cancelled and also the ankles gets cancelled, and all we are left with only the rolls, and that will be our answer. You can also check option D, the players gets cancelled and we are left with some ankles. So this would give us the number of ankles, not the number of rolls. So definitely C is our answer. So if you follow this simple trick, cancelling all the units, and the required unit must be left in the answer. So please remember, distance is rate over time. So that is same as work equals rate over time. And here rate is actually the speed. It could be typing speed. It could be any rate. And carefully remember, average speed is total distance over total time. So don't simply do the average. That will be a wrong answer. Now we can combine rates when working together. So we add the rates, and depending on the context, sometimes we might have to subtract the rates, multiply or divide the rates. And do always double check your units, because in the student produced response questions, you might get the answer as 2 hours, but the question might have asked in minutes. So you have to do the conversion and then answer, or else you would make some careless error and unnecessarily lose points. So please follow these tricks. That will help you move faster and also avoid the careless errors.